We go hard, go Bucks, that's my squad. Go Bucks, that's my team. Go Bucks, get that ring. Go.
Welcome to the NFL.
You're listening to Sports Talk 49.
Ready?
With your host, Blake Anthony, exclusively on NSPN Tampa Bay TV.
And here we go.
Get ready to strap yourself in and prepare for a ride on the Soul Train voice of Blake Anthony as he covers and breaks down the ins and outs of your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Rays, Lightning, and every other professional sports team. Because if you don't know, you better ask somebody, and that somebody is Blake Anthony.
Doesn't matter what's happened before today. Today's a brand new day. It's a brand new season.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Sunday's first week of football with excitement all across the league. I'm none other than Blake Anthony from Sports Talk 49 NSPN Tampa Bay TV, and we're going to talk about the Sunday night matchup with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. So many games being played, so many great matchups have happened, and there's been a lot of disappointment with some teams. Some teams had big leads early and lost those leads. And some teams should have won the game and they ended up winning. For all those teams that had the leads and lost them at the last moment, this has got to be what they're thinking right now.
Right. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Fuck this bullshit.
I mean, it's pretty much as week one. There's a lot of sloppy football being played. Joe Burrow giving up 5 pick, 4 or 5 interceptions, 2 fumbles, all types of things happening in this game. Hopefully, as the season progresses, these teams will get better, continuity will be better, and it's just a lot of sloppy football played early because of the way the rules are in the league in today's game. But let's talk about Tampa Bay and Dallas coming up in this game Sunday night. Dallas have a lot of scary injuries on the offensive line, losing the left tackle. Their offensive line has been spotty since the many years when Ezekiel Elliott came into the league. I expect the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to attack that with some edge pressure from Logan Ryan, Antoine Winfield, and the safety and company coming off those edges trying to get theirs. Mike Edwards and those guys. I expect them to at least get 2 turnovers in this game, maybe a fumble and interception. Special teams needs to come up. Tampa Bay has literally never had any type of big special team play for a very long time, since Clifton Smith, I can remember, is the last time a Pro Bowler was a returner was a Pro Bowler for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But that matchup with Dallas and them coming, Dallas and Tom Brady taking a 11-day leave, Tampa Bay getting new additions. Dallas Cowboys having issues at wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb still banged up. Gallup won't be playing in this game. They're going to be relying on the tight end. It's going to be so much to be expected in this matchup, and we'll all be looking forward to it. I know I am. It's Sunday Night Football with all these great games that just happened from the 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock games have to be better. San Francisco 49ers took a devastating loss to the Chicago Bears on the road in Soldier Field. First starting game with Trey Lance. Trey Lance throws a gut-wrenching, stabbing in the chest interception to the safety of the Bears, and just pretty much sealed their fate in that matchup. So we'll see where it goes. It's going to be a short leash, coming with some of these teams and all that. So, and we'll see what's going to happen with the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys have always had expectations coming in, year out, to see what they're going to do. They keep coming up so big, winning divisions and things like that, but then fall short. See what they're looking to get a big win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And if I'm going to talk about big, because in Dallas, in Texas, everything is big, allegedly. We'll talk about a guy that's a big man at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that I told everybody that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers needed this guy on this team, and he was going to be an immediate impact when he came to this team. I said it live on air. I said it on Twitter. I said it over and over and over. And here he is, and he showed up exactly how I told you it would happen. Regardless of those naysayers, oh, he's not going to fit here. Oh, he doesn't fit here. You obviously didn't play any football. You obviously didn't play no football because you wouldn't say something as idiotic as that. A guy like that that's already played in the system like that to not fit here. And without further ado, I'm going to give you Akeem Hicks. Check it out. What's up, everybody? This is Blake Anthony doing my perspective on Akeem Hicks, defensive tackle for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm normally not going to be cocky, but today I'm going to be cocky because I told you he would fit in this system. He's playing the 2-eye here, splits inside the A-gap, forces Matt Ryan to get out the pocket. We all know Matt Ryan isn't fleet of foot. He's running like hell trying to get away, gets down, and they get a stop. He got yards, but we're talking about Akeem Hicks, his penetration on his defensive line. So let's go to the next play, because on these 3 plays, he penetrates. Now he's playing the outside 3 technique. What did I tell you when I played a clip of Akeem Hicks? If you lean, he's going to jump across that lean and get back inside, and he makes this tackle for loss on this play. So it's 2 back-to-back plays that he's impacted immediately. Here he goes again, playing the 3 technique, loops inside, gets 2 defenders, and allows Lavonte David to come through the other side A-gap and get a sack. Big move, big pickup. Akeem Hicks to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Look forward to this all season long. But I tell you, I try to tell you, I try to use common sense and logic, but some people just don't listen to it. But here I am to tell you, whether you like it or not, it is what it is. So what I got Tampa Bay Buccaneers using that defensive front. These guys need to stay healthy, giving Shaq Barrett and these guys on the edges some interior pressure so these guys around the edge can make some plays. I expect a lot of things. I expect Devin White to play really good coverage in this game, and Lavonte David, other reporters and things like that are making accusations, and it's somewhat warranted that these guys aren't good in coverage. We'll look to see. Devin White said that's an area that he wanted to improve. He's really great at run stuff, and he has great speed, and he's a great pass rusher, especially an interior blitzer. Lavonte is Lavonte. I expect him to get some type of turnover in this game. Lavonte David's Punch-Out Club. Check out Blake Anthony 49 and NSPN. I got give away something to whoever can guess who gets the first punch-out of the year and who it is on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that gets it out will win a prize if you guess it right. It has to be done before kickoff. Mind you, I expect them to lean heavy on Ezekiel Elliott. Tampa Bay Buccaneers pride themselves in stuffing the run. I expect that to happen. I expect Dak Prescott to try to go to the tight end a lot. I expect them to do a lot of things that they did in week 1. And before I go into that, I'm just going to play it out openly, just call what we're doing right now the winning angle. Winning angle, we're going to talk about what are the strategies that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers should use against Dallas and what Dallas should use against Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win. What the Tampa Bay Buccaneers should expect Dallas to do on offense is running screens, running plays to get that attacking defense to move forward and go right behind them and take advantage in the gaps that are led behind in the aggressive players. That's where I expect Logan Ryan and Anton Wilfield to come into play here and make those decisions between all those guys, that might get out of place and might not be where they're supposed to be. I expect those guys to be where they're supposed to be and line these guys up and make these plays along with Devin White and Lavonte David. Lavonte David is the leader of this defense. I know he's quiet. He doesn't say much, but this guy is the leader of this defense. He is the guy that makes everything move. And a lot of people didn't realize that until he was having injuries last season, that he couldn't really push off the leg. He couldn't make the plays he normally makes, but Lavonte is going to find ways to do it. He's a savvy veteran, long 10 plus years of doing this business, or 9+ years, excuse me. And that's just what he does. Tampa Bay should attack Dallas using their offensive firepower. I would love to see them run the ball. You're going to see Jalen Smith come inside on the interior blitz. You're going to see a lot of stunts. They're really going to test Robert Hainsey, I expect them to line a defensive lineman head up over Robert Hainsey to try to force bad snaps and to force him to do things that's going to make mistakes. I really expect Dallas to do that, because if I saw these things at camp that he was struggling to make snaps and stats, that's why I had the greatness of Randy Grimes on here to explain the importance of center, quarterback, and offensive line relationship. And I know Dallas is going to test that theory. They're going to test Robert Hainsey. They're going to test Jadeki. They're going to test those guys in the interior to see what they got, what they know, and what they're going to do in certain situations. So I expect a lot of dog blitzes up the middle. I expect a lot of stunts. I expect a lot of situations where those offensive linemen, Donovan Smith and Tristan Wirth, are going to have to communicate across the offensive line, especially on Donovan Smith having a rookie next to him. They're going to have to communicate really well, and it's going to be important. And Donovan Smith's going to have two rookies to the right of him, one underclassman, we'll call him, Yadeki, and of course Robert Hainsey. And those guys are going to have to pick up the slack around there. Randy explained beautifully of how that relationships work. He really expects those guys, all these veteran offensive linemen, to help out the center and guard and communicate who's got what responsibility. And Dallas is going to try their best to confuse it, bringing guys to the line of scrimmage, bringing guys back, stunning, bailing, blitzing. They're going to do all stuff, bluffing. All that stuff is going to happen, and those young offensive linemen are going to happen. And then, of course, you got the commander-in-chief behind you, and who is Tom Brady, who's going to help everything along that, get the ball out quick, slow the pass rush down, run screens, run the ball. Leonard Fournette, Keyshawn Vaughn, Rashad White. Those guys are going to really look forward and play. I expect Akeem Hicks to ball out this game. That is my guy I expect to come up big, and I'm really looking forward to it. I got Hakeem Hicks probably getting a strip sack in this. If you want to count Levante David's punch-out club, I think Hicks is probably going to make it on a strip sack or something. But I could be wrong. I expect Joe Tryon Shainka to make his first sack of the season as well. Dak Prescott trying to scramble, Joey running him down and getting a sack. We'll see. I expect those guys to get a hands on a lot of balls. I expect them to be flying high. Carlton Davis coming back on an extension. Jamil Dean finally getting the start. Sean Murphy-Bunting going to be rotational in and out at different spots. So I expect to see a lot of looks. I expect Keanu Neal to be back playing against his former team in Dallas to help in the run support and run situations. It's going to be really fun to watch this game because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have so many plug-and-play players to plug in everywhere. Not even getting to the part about Russell Gage and Julio Jones on the outside. Inside, Chris Godwin is expected to play. Not sure how much, not sure if the Bucs are bluffing or whatever, trying to show their hand, and to him playing in this game. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they do on this offense, because you have so many ways you can mix things up. Do they play Jalen Harden? Does Scotty Miller get a chance to go vertical? Brashard Perriman go out there? You do have a vertical set and big wide receivers underneath. So many intangibles to do with this offense and with this defense. It's just depth is that the only thing that scares me, and I mean among the defensive line and now the offensive line. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in this game. That's why I'm bringing you this pregame to talk about the game. If you want to go with game predictions, we'll go with game predictions. The Bucs, as normally, they were scoring about 23 plus points a game. It's week one. It's going to be tough to say if they come out firing all cylinders. You know what? Why not? I'm going to go. You guys are going to get a less reserved Blake, as you already seen thus far in this pregame. I'm going to be Mr. Controversial. That is what my new nickname is going to be, Mr. Controversial. And I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers putting up at least 25 points in this game. Yes, 25 points. No, I'm going to go 28. And I believe Dallas will put up some points as well, maybe 17, something like that. I expect the Bucs to win this game. They should win this game. Dallas should not win this game at all. I think Dallas is throwing a lot of smoke and mirrors about how they really are on offense and defense, because they are the Dallas Cowboys, and that is the image that they must live up to. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think, will sniff that bluff out and do what they're supposed to do and eradicate the Dallas Cowboys at home in Dallas, Jerry's World. And I'll get to watch Stephen A. Smith come on First Take and talk about how Dallas disrupted and how the Eagles erupted against the Detroit Lions in week 1, along with the Commanders, and the Giants have not played yet. Excuse me. That is all I got for this pregame coming up. I got Hakeem Hicks playing out well. I got the Bucs putting up 28. Dallas about 17-20, somewhere in that realm. 14 maybe, depending on how their offense rolls and their offensive line. But that receiver play is going to come into key factors with Dallas having guys out there and left tackle missing. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to have to do what they didn't do last year, is have pass rush when it matters in the game. You're going to have to get that. It costs you in the playoff game against the Rams. People are making complaints about, the Bills didn't blitz at all in this game, XYZ, because your front four is able to get pressure. Todd Bowles has to blitz because your front four isn't getting pressure. You cannot allow a quarterback to sit back there so long. You cannot allow him to pick and choose what guy he comes through. If you've watched football for the years you've watched, you know what happens when you don't get pressure. So as a good coach and as a guy that knows football, if those 4 guys cannot get there, then you have to bring 5. You have to bring 6. And now you have to rely on that pressure to allow a bad pass, an error throw, and those guys in the secondary to do their part. It's a shift of powers. That's why the front of the house and the back of the house are so important, because they both play off of each other. That is why. So if the front 4 can get pressure, then by all means, there's no need to blitz anybody, and I don't think Todd Bowles will. But if they cannot get pressure up front, expect a blitz to come. Expect 2 blitzes to come. Expect the guy to blitz and expect the guy to drop back in coverage, because that is what a coach does. You make adjustments. And that is something the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have not had in many years for Tampa Bay, with the lack of coaching that they have had. Dirk Cutter, I'm looking at you. Shiano, I'm looking at you. Those guys I'm talking about. Now you've got a continuity of coaches that have been under each other long enough and won a Super Bowl together to know to make adjustments. So before you go poking at Todd Bowles, let this man do his damn job. There's going to be bumps and bruises. You're going to have to piece people around and figure out what's going on, regardless of what happens in this game. Let this man do his damn job. Let these Tampa Bay Buccaneers do their job. Let Tom Brady lead this team, stay focused, and not let those off-field distractions get him off of these Dallas Cowboys, because I do not want to come back Monday and hear on First Take about the Dallas Cowboys beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I do not want to hear the Dallas Cowboys fans thinking they're going to the Super Bowl again, at least not on the expense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know we're supposed to be biased in media, but that is the one team, I'm like Stephen A. Smith, that I do not like. And majority is the fans. And I love the people, don't get me wrong when I mean the fans. It's because they always think they're going to the Super Bowl. But everybody thinks they're going to the Super Bowl, or do they? Or just Dallas fans. That's all I got in your pregame. 28-14, 28-17, whatever way you slice it. Hakeem Hicks, look for him to ball out in this game. Look for Anton Winfield to step up. Look for Carlton Davis and all those guys to step up. Linebacker, Levante David, Devin White, those guys to put a hurting on Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott of that Dallas Cowboy offense. And I'm going to get out here and let you guys enjoy this game. I'm Blake Anthony. This is Sports Talk 49, always live and exclusively on NSPN, giving you this pregame to Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Dallas Cowboys for the first Sunday night football game. Woo! What more can you ask for? See you after kickoff.